Og så tar du et glass juice eller spiser noe etterpå. Det smaker ikke så godt. Det vil ikke at dette skulle skje hos dere. Hos oss er det det. Og i tillegg så synes jeg det var nydelig. Det er en god, du kjenner jo faktisk syrlige på eple, for de skålene er ganske, ikke sure, men syrlige. Det høres så mye fint ut da. Sure.
And how were the scallops?
Super good.
More expensive.
It's hard to tell, but there's a little jellyfish right there. It's real granny. Of course, the day we're leaving, up until now, there wasn't even a breeze. You can see the trees moving a little bit, but it's about like 9:15. I got up at 8. It was super still, super calm. You can see the water's not even moving all the way out there. Beautiful day to take a boat out, just like these guys are. They did say, the Airbnb people were nice enough to say that because the weather was bad yesterday, that Bailey and I could take the boat out today. Checkout's usually at 11, which it is, but they said we could take the boat out till 3, which is check-in for the next people. I don't know if they're going to use it or not, but they said we could use it today till 3, which is tempting, especially with weather like this. It's so clear today. Look at this. The other night, not last night, the night before, it was windy all night, storming, gusting, raining. And then we woke up and I said, well, today's the day we have. So that's when we took the boat out. It wasn't bad. It was just chilly because of the wind. But anyways, I am tempted to take the boat out, but we got more Norway to explore. So I'm going to sacrifice that. We spent 2.5 hours yesterday on the boat. So that's enough. But, yeah, of course, the day we're leaving, I just wanted to show how beautiful it was. Okay, Miss Bailey, it's the next morning after our dinner. We'll talk later about what a financial disaster that thing was. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we just woke up, we cleaned up, ate breakfast, and we're on the road now on that next day. So in the morning, I just kind of like to get after it, and then we can jibber jabber later, which is now. But so we are at the posting, that's the post PO box thing, or whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna send out the first batch of postcards. Go ahead and fan those things out for those that unfortunately. So we're not gonna send out a lot on this trip, because the international postage stamps are almost $4 a piece. It was like $3.80 or something like that. So sorry, we love all of you guys, but I'm not sending out a shitload of these things. So we're going to send out some postcards, and then we're going to go to a lighthouse this morning. And that's about our morning. And then today's a driving day. So we got about 5-6 hours of driving ahead of us to the next Airbnb for a night. And then we wake up, and then we drive for another like 4 or 5 hours, and then we get to Bergen. So, okay. Okay, we're at the lighthouse, and we just paid good money to do this treacherous hike. But while we're doing this treacherous hike, Miss Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can even see anything because we're facing the sun. So how was last night's dinner? Tell me some memories that you'll forget and watch this video and remember again.
The food was really good. I don't know what it was, but it was good. They just said a bunch of fancy words I didn't understand.
Yeah, they did jibber jabber a lot of. Oh, we boiled down seaweed and extracted the whatever they came up with some bullshit. Okay.
But we saw this
Maybe
cool
time out.
Oh,
This isn't the best idea because I'm dying right now. Okay, so you were saying you saw what now? It's cool?
a jellyfish that was probably about like that big, and it had little ring lights around it.
Yeah, that was super cool. Like not the typical jellyfish that you're thinking right now, audience. It's like it was almost like just an orb.
Yeah.
But like Bailey said, it was, here, stay here, Bailey, where there's no wind. It had those, it's like you see in the movies where they light up. And it literally looked like it had little LEDs in it. We saw that a couple times. It was super cool.
Yeah.
But it was quick enough where I couldn't get my phone out and I was just enjoying the moment. And then he never came back. But yeah, that and the only thing I'll go into was to show you the scale and yeah, scale's a good word, of this restaurant. I don't know, it was the nicest restaurant I've ever been to. For sure, this little girl. But so it was a fancy, it was an 8-course meal with 3 desserts. So it was bougie. I'll put some slideshow pictures here. But to give you the scale and scope and realm of how much this damn place cost, it was definitely a financial mistake. So when they sat us down and they're like, hey, so with because the whole thing, it was a 3.5 hour, we'll just call it a journey, was that dinner. It was 3.5 hours long. It was good. I'm not knocking it, but it just, whew. So they said, hey, well, we have, with every meal, we have a pairing of wine or a pairing of juice, with each little plate they gave us to, complement the flavors and whatever, rich person BS they spew. So I was like, okay, well, I don't drink alcohol, so let's get 2 of the juice pairings. He said, oh, wonderful choice, my man. Wonderful choice, my dear lad. I don't know, he didn't talk like that, but so, later on in the dinner, I was like, Bailey, how much do you think this juice costs us? I'm like, I was thinking like $80. And she's like 40 bucks, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm too high. Maybe it's like $60, for the both of us. Oh, look, that says 1915. So, and then, so he gives us the first juice, and the first juice was one that they bought. It was like a local apple juice or something. But then all the other 6 juices, there was 7 total. The other 6 juices, he said, these are ones that our chefs make on site in-house in our kitchen. And there was some wacko stuff like apples from the northern region of Norway, whatever, towns. And look, there's sailboat. ADD, sorry. And we've also added, we boiled down the seaweed and then what do they call it when they they steam it to, no, I can't think of the name, but where they just let the water boil to steam off the water, but then they're left with like, anyways, all these juices were just some tomfoolery. So anyways, cut to the chase, Dad. So for Bailey and I's juice pairing, so 14 juices, right? I got 7, she got 7. The American conversion was...
And there were little juices too. Like there was a cup, but they only filled it like barely a quarter full.
That's true. They were in wine glasses. Good morning.
Morning.
They were in wine glasses, but then they only filled like a bottom quarter of the cup.
Yeah.
So you could swirl it and sniff and to be fair, they actually did. It was not mind blowing, but it was pretty badass. Like they actually did compliment the foods, and then the flavors change depending on whether you'd eat or drink alone or I mean on their own or with the food. It actually was pretty cool. So it was legit stuff. But so for Bailey and I, converted from Norwegian krone dollars to United States dollars, for these little tiny quarter cups of juice, it was 175 US dollars for just the juice part of our dinner. So I almost, like, it honestly put me in a little bit of a bad mood last night. Like, not just that, but the whole dinner was, we'd prepaid, like I'd reserved and I had already paid a lot of money, and I don't know, I just thought, it was 6 months ago, so I forgot that there was more. So then when I got the bill last night, I was like, capital F, Jesus Christ. So Bailey and I are going to eat ramen for the next probably 4 or 5 days to counteract that dinner last night. But the dinner was good. So what about the dinner? Like you said, it was just it was cool stuff, but it was the weirdest. It's puffed barley oats and I can't even, it's a whole different.
Something like some kind of weird like plum sauce that they put on fish, but like it tasted good. You wouldn't think it would. Yeah,
they definitely they were adventurous on the mixing and matchings of stuff that I never would have thought of outside of ketchup and mustard. Yeah. But it was a good experience. It was a beautiful restaurant, right? The fish were cool. We had a couple fish that were locals, and we didn't see anything too exciting other than just there was a lot of fish and a lot of little fish and a lot of sea stars. And I don't know. It was cool. It was definitely cool. Write that on my bucket list, check off, and I will never do that again. So it was a lot, but it was cool. Okay. Well, we're going to keep hiking. So we're on this little path. Look at how pretty it looks today. It's definitely windy now. Man, this morning, well, we're on a completely different fjord. We're on a completely different fjord, but we had this little nature, I shouldn't even say nature, but this little weird path that they made. I was telling Bailey how crazy it is that they, back on whenever they did this, it was all by hand. There's no machines or nothing. But, okay. Just showing how pretty it is. Sure is pretty. Too bright right there. And here's the lighthouse. And then here's your main star of the show, Bailey. It's doing too much because of that white. There we go. There she is. This white light over here, Bailey, and my shadow is like bleaching the video out. Oh. So Bailey's sitting in. This is my dad theory. We haven't confirmed it yet. But you can see it's this big opening, and it's multi-sided. But I don't know if it's true or not, but what I was thinking it was World War II, like a sound listening station. You gotta remember, in the beginning of World War II, radar wasn't a thing till like mid or late World War II. So I don't know if I'm accurate or not, but that's my thought. You could sit here and then all the sound would, gather in this big funnel. Then you sit towards the back and maybe just sit here and listen. I mean, because realistically, let's be honest, what else do they have to do as a lighthouse keeper during the day and stuff? Just sit there? I don't know. They didn't have video games. It's a whole different world. It's spinning up there a little bit. Okay, Bailey, rest is over. It's your usual, windy ocean, but you can see there's no white cap, so it's just swelly. Standard issue ocean day, but it looks nice though. So this is the generator house. It's closed, unfortunately. So we're just creeping in through the window. You see there's 3 generators. Can't get the video to focus. Here, let me switch you. Anyways, it's going off the glass. But there's 3 generators in there for backup power in case the power shuts down. I don't know why these 2 are tied together and that one's separate over there. But nobody's here to ask questions. I've got questions. Dang it. Okay, we have more dad theories. Okay, so that thing over there, solid theory. I might even say sound, pun intended. But we were way off. So half of it's missing. There used to be a lighthouse on top of that. And down here, and these things, Bailey, scoot over here. Okay. These things were all around. They were to get air, and then in the center, I'll show you a picture right now. In the center, there was like a flue that went up, and there was a glass lighthouse. It was a coal-burning lighthouse. It was just a fire. And they had to, from down there where the parking lot is, they had piles and piles of coal. So they said 3 times a day they'd have to, by hand, Billy goat up a bunch of coal for, there was 2 fires here. So they added this one. So I was wrong on that theory, even though that's a good theory. Considering, you know, half of it's missing, so I had no idea. But the other theory, we were looking at these things. We don't know what these things are. We don't know what these things are, but we were thinking maybe they were for the lights too, because they were saying this has been here. This thing, something, what were they talking about? Was the 1700s? There was one of these things. Anyways, this point has been a light beacon of some sort since the 1700s. So obviously back then they didn't have electricity. It was all coal. So we were thinking that all of these circles, here's no one, don't bump me. So Bailey, move. You saw that? God, I swear to God, guys, world out there. My daughter's 15 and she's still learning life. Let's just put it that way. We're standing right next to the door. And she sees the door handle move and she stands right there like surprised what's going to happen. Oh, I don't know. Probably a door's going to open. Move out of the way. Anyways, this one and that one and the 2 we just saw, we were thinking for maybe back in then, those days. Although I don't know when concrete was started, you know, I don't know. When a lot of this stuff was rebuilt and built, but we were thinking anyways, there were coal fires for back in the day. But you can see how pretty the landscape is. Look at how far we can see today, Bailey. You can see way out there. So there's the light, but we can't get in there for obvious reasons. But we're just up here walking on this plankway. Bailey. We're inside of the old lighthouse. So you go in here and there's the steps up to take care of the thing, but you can see it's spinning. It's not on right now. Okay, I guess they're retarded and they don't know how to operate a door. But there's the little gear drive. Check out the little gear drive. So this is an electric motor, I guess. And then there's oh, here's a good little spot without the things. So there's the glass. Spin around, so it's cut to like amplify and magnify the glass or the light. Look in here, Bailey. Look at my video. It's pretty cool. If you look, there's even the ones up top. We're in the middle. They were saying on a thing down there. What were they saying? How this was made, Bailey?
It was cast iron.
Yeah, cast iron. And Bailey was smart enough to remember that. Cast iron means it was cast, which means it's molds. So they had all these sections just molded, and then they bring them out here and they bolt them up. So that's pretty cool. What did they say? That was like the 1920, early 1900s when they built this. I don't remember what year, but and then they built it in the 1920s to replace the coal-fired ones. But yeah, this is midway. I don't know what this would be for back in the day. Obviously, there was something that they had here, or else they would have just had a spiral staircase the whole way. So something had to have been here at some point. But this floor right above us is where we just were with the actual light. So, anyways. So that's this. And you see it's down here too, cast. They got these cool pictures of other lighthouses throughout Norway. So we're just walking through these. There's a whole maze of these underground cellars, like this over here, like these underground pathways. So another dad theory, where we are was the old, I don't know what year, but so they used to have coal-fired lights. So you see this post here. This is my dad theory, because they don't talk about this anywhere we've seen. But they got these little pockets that they would, this one fell apart, but they would have the coal fires, because it's too windy to have like an open fire. So they would have these coal fires in these little pockets. I don't know if you can see. And then in the center here, this post, see these little fireplaces. And I would imagine, you know, the light, they would have a post here with like some height, like a mirror, just to reflect the fire flame. Because that's how the other one was. We were just in that one down there, right here. And it's got more. It had 3 or 4 of these little pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's the same kind of thing. But what's crazy is, I guess because the weather is so shit, but there's all these pathways that go underground from place to place. I was telling Bailey what's crazy is, back in whenever, long time ago, they had to do all that shit by hand, jackhammering and chipping, and oh my. Oh, look at this, Bailey. We're gonna go in this one, because look, under that, look, that's almost like a pillbox for shooting out of World War II stuff again. So join us on our journey. Through this tunnel into this room. And that's the other thing, a lot of these rooms, you'll have an entrance down underground, and they're just a little cellar to little cellar rooms, I guess, for like storage of stuff, because it's super cool down here. But anyways, you can see it goes another storage room to another exit. Let's go up into this here pillbox. Look, Billy, what's it called when a stalactite's on a wall? I don't know, but we found some stalactites hanging to the ceiling. But this is all like sediment coming out of the cracks. Okay, of all my theories, this is the most World War II theory. This is definitely a pillbox for shooting.
Too short to shoot.
This is definitely, because it's not like you're protected from the wind, because I'm getting blasted right now. But this is, I don't care if I'm wrong. In my head, this is for shooting out of. Look at this, somebody spray painted here. 1987, 1987? No way, maybe. But yeah, look at this, we're inside of like a pillbox. Cool. Same views we've already seen. What do you think about this labyrinth, Bailey?
It's cool. To explore.
Okay. So here's what that sound thing is supposed to look like. See, it continues in there, and somehow would have a coal burning thing up here. So the whole top half is gone now. I don't know why, but one of these on the one side was completely blocked off, and then they blocked off that hole. But that's what it's supposed to look like. It's on the Norwegian road. This is that fjord that we went in yesterday after the channels. When we were cruising the channels, then we ended up finding this. It's almost like I'd call it a saltwater lake, but I guess that's Swedish or Norwegian for fjord, because it's like its own little water body. And this, believe it or not, is a 2-lane road. So don't kill us, Dad. We've come across a couple semi-trucks in the days we've been on these type of roads where it is tight to squeeze by. It scares the Jesus out of me a little bit, and I'm a skilled driver. But this is the lake we were on yesterday. Alright, easy blind turn. But it's very pretty. I was just showing the road so Bailey remembers in 30 years what the road looked like and the trip. Look at the motorcyclists. Oh my goodness. Dude, fucking scoot over, bro. You're a motorcycle. Anyways, there it is. I'm gonna hang up now so I don't kill somebody. We've gone through a lot of tunnels. It's crazy the amount of effort that they had to put into these roadways with all these tunnels. These, I know you can't tell, but we're going downhill. This is our second one. This tunnel is 4.5 kilometers long. I think the last one we went to was bigger. You can see we're gonna go underwater on these long stretches. Doesn't say, the last one didn't say how deep we were, but we're still going downhill. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but we're still going downhill, under the water, through the fjords. We had a little couple bridges and then a tunnel, and now a bridge and then a tunnel. Oh, here comes the deepest spot. So there's 2 lanes on the uphill, and then here's the deepest spot. And now we're going uphill, and then it should change to where we get 2 lanes. At least the last tunnel did. Underwater right now. Yeah, here it goes. It widens up.
GPS signal lost.
It widens up, so oh yeah, this is the big climb out. Dang, this is pretty steep. Super pretty.
Er det egentlig så viktig å forbedre seg? Kanskje, for alternativet er jo ikke forbedre seg. For det vil jo ikke bare i fall.
I was just shoving my arm in her face.
Og videre ned 32%. Eller har kollegaer som ikke er interessert.
Let you listen to some Swedish commercials while we film the sheep. Look at how pretty this is.
Velger du da et flyseskap som aldri har gjort noe forbedre? Rette opp storlyggene og krysse fingrene. Tenk litt på det. Neste gang du trenger en ny varebil.
Oh, those are cows. Those are sheep from a distance. We've been seeing fields and fields of white sheep, and there's a bunch of white cows.
Kvalitet i arbeid.